you been natural, Janet?
2 years.
2 years.
Wow.
And how many times have you had your hair blown out?
4.
Usually feel the hair, and if it feels like it's dry, then I'll turn it up a notch. I still feels like it's a little bit damp, so then I'm gonna go up. Now I still have one more setting I can go.
Right.
This is the Silver Bird. It's a professional blow dryer, and you can get it at Sally's. My daughter, she was born with, her hair was literally, it came out as spirals all over her head. And she's extremely tender-headed. She vomits when getting her hair done. So I had to come up with something so that, you know, washing her hair would not be that process. I don't want my daughter to have a horrible experience in the salon. So, come on, sweetie. And
You need to
yeah. Okay. And with her hair being that way, literally you couldn't even comb her hair or touch her hair. She would scream, yell. I would have to come up here and do on Sunday nights. You know, we have to hold her by her head, the shampoo her, you know, to wash it. It was just always a process. So one of the ladies that work here said, Fonda, you really need to just blow dry her hair. You know, that would give you some release on her hair. And I'm like, well, I like her curls. You know, her curls are beautiful. I'll pass pictures around of her as a baby. I mean, literally, she had spirals coming out. Like, that just doesn't have that. But I had to weigh my options. Do I want my daughter to scream and yell to the top of her lungs? Or do I want her to have a release? And so that's when I started trying to check into getting what would be the healthy way to blow her hair out. Now, the lady that was here, she was old school. So they lit that blow dryer up, this room was smoky, and I'm like, well, no, I don't want to do it like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but baby, you know, I don't want it to be smoky. So that's when I started doing research. My daughter currently now, she has Design Essentials STS. So she is natural. The STS, she has elongation. So it helps to elongate her curl. And when she goes outside, her hair does not go poof. Now, a lot of people look at her hair and they think she has a relaxer, but no, you don't have a relaxer when you wet up. So that's the choice I made for her. Now, when she gets in middle school and if she says, you know, Mom, I want my curls back, then I will do a big chop for her. But I want to let people know that you can blow dry your hair. My daughter is considered a straight natural. She wears her hair straight all the time. Occasionally, I'll just roll or set it, but that's her style. But I want people to know that you can still blow dry your hair and it's not damaged. She's a normal child. Actually, she's been swimming, so her hair is not as shiny as I would like it to be, as healthy as it would be. But she goes outside, she plays, she does everything. But I treat my daughter's hair every 2 weeks faithfully. So that makes a difference.
Beautiful hair.
Thank you. So if you choose to be a straight natural, it's going to be a requirement. You have to come into the salon, you have to stay faithful, you have to pick a stylist that is educated in that and knows how to treat your hair. Okay? My daughter, I do moisturizing treatments, vitamin treatments, hot oil treatments, deep conditioning treatments, custom cocktails, I mix it up, a reconstructor, protein treatments. She gets a variety of all of them at different set times, just depending on how her hair is. Right now she's swimming, so I do moisturizing treatments. Her hair is extremely dry. And it still looks good.
Yeah.
It's still blow dried out. It's still natural. She has an STS. You see what I mean? So I want today to be open. I want to take away the harshness that's labeled again. I want to embrace whatever, my straight natural. I want people to see that's okay. But is it the proper way? And I want to encourage that. If you don't want no heat in your hair in our salon, we're okay with that. But we want to promote the healthy side of that. Not just, oh, I'm going to wet my hair in the shower and I'm going to go outside. No, even if you don't want to curl your hair, you still need to treat it on a regular basis. Okay? Okay, then she decided, how long you decided to go natural?
Natural, a year and a half now.
A year and a half, and Marisha is a straight, she's considered a straight natural as well. Her hair is very healthy. Marisha brought her own treatments every 2 weeks for me to do, to add with mine. So she's really into healthy hair, and she wants to make sure that her hair is healthy. She normally wears her hair straight. Occasionally, Yeah, occasionally she's worn curly. So she is into it. You know, the client is into it as well. And the same process, our heat-free damage method. With Marisha, I go in and flat iron it, blow dry, flat iron it, and then she does a pin curl set, a curling iron set, if you're old school. And I go in and I pin it. Sometimes if it's in the evening, I put hairpins in it, and she goes home with it. So I'm gonna take her pins out. A curling iron set is good to do. Marisha, I did also on my Instagram, she got seamless extensions in her hair. So just because you're natural, you're not just limited only to not wear a weave or having to wear a lace wig, or you just have options. And the key is you have to treat your hair. She would not be getting any of these styles without the treatment. So I encourage that. I also use the Kenra gloss on her hair as well. Marisha pin curls her hair every night, right?
Yeah, every night. I don't have to flat iron my hair. Usually, once I come get it flat on at one time, I usually gonna last a whole 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks without putting any more heat on it by pin curling.
And her hair is trained. It just stays this way. It's effortless. There's nothing to it. But like I said, I would, what I say, am I doing anything miraculous or anything like that? That mixing up that treatment in the bowl, that's going to be the secret for my ingredient as far as what works for me, and depending on her hair type.
And I work out probably 4 times a week. No, I don't have to put any heat.
Now, what do you do with your hair while you're working out?
When I work out, sometimes I even pin curl it, not with the clips, so you can't see the clips, but
Right.
usually like bobby pins, just bobby pin it up. Or sometimes I put in a bun. As soon as you get home, you need to go ahead and take the bun out, comb it out, and just pin curl it back up. Easy. Roots are usually good. I pin curl it tight enough where I can pull it, so your roots have that wave in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually good.
Now Marisha, she doesn't have like a real tightly curled hair. She doesn't. Well, we didn't know that, and when we relaxed her hair, Marisha's hair was healthy, and we didn't realize that until she started to go natural, and I was like, okay, well your hair's not really tight, I think it would be okay. I think when you're transitioning, I think your hair would be fine. She has a lot of hair, and you can see even still on a blow dryer, her hair is still a little bit wavy. So I don't blow dry the hair to straighten it. I literally blow dry it just to get the wetness out. It's depending on her hair. Most people, depending on the flat iron, most people is 300, 325 is where I start out at, and then I adjust accordingly. She has nice texture of hair, 3B, 3C. So most of the time it's going to be about 300 is enough to straighten her, or 325. I just know that just because I've just been doing it for a while. But after a while you kind of learn and you kind of see, and just take it down straight. I like the Babyliss. I just go over here just once, and it just straightens her hair.
I wouldn't recommend professional irons at home use. The reason that your irons at home, the reason that the irons that you guys buy at the store are not good is because you really shouldn't be playing with that much heat, and that's where you can get damage. So as long as you have a good ceramic iron, your home iron should not be as good as ours, if that makes any sense. Does that make sense? Okay. Because that way you don't know what's happening back here as you're pulling, and then you can potentially burn your hair off. So your irons are supposed to be dull, more dull in heat. So that way, like Fawny said, she only has to do one pass, and her clients, once they're done for a couple weeks. So it's better to go to a professional and get it done properly. That way, when you're home, you don't go crazy with the heat. You got your edges get crazy like mine. Put a hat on. Don't re-flat iron it.
Indication of certain things that aren't right. And at that point, I would just decide it's not up for discussion. If you feel like your hair is at liberty, is going to be damaged, just walk away. For example, if they have their flat iron taped up, you might want to not go there anymore. But you don't want to say, well, when I took the class, they said it's taped up. You don't want to do that. That's going to cause a problem. If the person doesn't go in and use serum on your hair, you can ask and say, hey, are you going to put any heat protectant? You don't have to tell them, you got to put heat protectant in it. You don't have to do that, but just ask them, say, hey, are you going to put heat protectant in my hair? It's the word choice and the way you want to do it and the way you want to say it. But I feel like you know deep in your heart if the person knows what they're doing. Because we've all been when we went to the salon and the person, they're just combing your hair. They just combing it. And they're combing it and they're combing it. And you hadn't got nowhere. Still at the combing part. If I'm just combing your hair, that means I don't know what I'm doing.
You're trying to figure it out as you go.
Yeah, and it takes time. I mean, we all, as stylists, we all get nervous. We don't know, which steps to take. But if you have that foundation, you can go back to the basics. I can go back and say, okay, what I need to do, the person, it brings you back. That foundation is there.